Welcome to... My name is Kai.
And my name is Fraser.
And this week we got a really special episode of Help I'm Stuck in a Podcast. And do you want to know why, Fraser?
Yeah, what makes it special?
Because I've changed half the document and we have no idea what the originals were.
He literally has. I had to copy and paste out a story of mine because it got changed so much that I genuinely don't know what was correct and what wasn't.
Yep.
And now I can see there's more in this document, which is fucked. So, if we talk about something that just doesn't make sense, it makes sense because Kai's fucked it up. No, Gordon Brown did not leave me on red. I forgot Gordon Brown even existed.
So did I. I was thinking of who's the chef?
Not Gordon Brown. You're thinking of Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay. That's who I was thinking of, and I got Gordon Brown.
Gordon Brown's an ex-prime minister.
Yep, I know that. But I when I wrote Gordon, I forgot Ramsay's last name, so I just put Brown because I remembered him.
I watched a video on YouTube earlier where Gordon Ramsay asked two people to go and find 5 random items in a shop. No, not the water hole.
Yeah, he didn't find that in the shop.
No, he told people to find 5 random items in a shop in 1 minute, and he'll make a meal out of it. But the guy couldn't remember his name and said, "Oh, you're Dave Ramsey."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that
What are you changing now? Oh my god. Right. So, Kai, tell us about Coda.
I don't know where he is. He is currently asleep in the hallway.
Yep.
And he is sleeping in the hallway. And
Yep.
every time I say the word sleeping, he is opening his eyes and giving me a weird glare. Sleeping! Like that. You can't see it, but that's what he's doing. He had a tick the other day.
He did.
And,
How did you find it?
Well, it was above his eye.
Oh, right.
So it's quite easy, realistically, to see. But I kind of noticed it through his fur. It kind of like reflected on the light or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's bad. So this was like 2 a.m. as well on a Sunday. I think it was. I think it was on Sunday last week. It might have been. No, I think it was. It was some other day this week. I don't remember which day it was, but it was one of them. And he apparently has a big dick. So thanks, Fraser. That was you that said that one.
You changed my document, I changed yours.
Well, I mean, I'm not the one looking at my dog's dick.
You are.
No, not really.
Anyway, carry on.
So he had a tick. I saw it. Went to the vets the next morning. Had to call up first, and they were like, "Yeah, just come over." And the way that they gave us a tick remover, basically, which is like a twisting thing. So you like hook it underneath, then twist. But it's so hard to get a dog to stay still, especially when they're young.
And especially when it's going to cause them a little bit of pain.
Oh yeah, because he was whining and everything when we got it out. Which sucks, but it has to be done, otherwise it can cause like Lyme's disease and stuff. We don't want that.
Yeah. Have you he's got jabs for ticks, doesn't he?
I suspect so. If
not, it's probably best you do that.
I did get his vaccinations done when he was done.
Right.
So I suspect it was done in that, but who knows?
What you, hopefully.
Well, I don't know. Let me have a look at the document, I guess.
Yeah.
But regardless, he had one, and I managed to get it off finally, and he was very upset about it. But it's pretty weird because you can't go into the vets. They passed it through the door, like passed it through the top of the window.
Oh right, okay.
So it's really weird.
What if your dog had a broken leg? Do they just like give you everything to perform the surgery yourself?
Well, I think it's a bit different if they have like a broken leg or something like that. But
yeah,
for something like a remover or a twister, as it's called, it's has to be passed through the window.
So strange.
And they were like, you can do contactless through the window as well. It's like, no, you can't.
Can you?
No, you couldn't.
I've never seen contactless work through a window.
You couldn't. Had to pass the card through and say
What? And then tell them your pin.
No, contactless.
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
Yeah, my pin!
I don't know why I thought that contactless just suddenly didn't exist. Like, you can only do it through the window, otherwise it's your pin. Why did I think that?
I don't know, you're stupid.
I am.
But, weird experience. Interested to see how that goes on in the future, to be honest.
Yeah, very, very
but
strange.
that's gone. Hoping there's no others, because they can lay eggs, so gonna keep an eye out and like catch them early if there are any others. But I gave him a bath yesterday, which should generally kill anything on him.
That's good, yeah.
So the only place I can't really bath him is on his head, because I don't want it to get in his ears and stuff and up his nose. So I'm just keeping an eye on his head, because the rest of his body should be alright.
That's good. Sounds like he's in good hands.
Yeah. Well, he's on the floor at the moment, not in my hands. But
sounds like he's on a good floor.
it is falling apart.
Sounds like he's good.
I've got some big news to add in a minute.
Oh, what? Okay. Oh, right, okay, yeah, fine.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
So anyway, whilst we're kind of on the topic of like lockdown stuff, because that is strange having to pass things through a window, New Zealand, good news, big news with New Zealand as well.
God, they got the same news as me.
What? You're just on stage 1 lockdown now. Like you don't have lockdown anymore. It just doesn't apply.
Nope.
To Kairos Best's house only.
Gone. Yep.
Congratulations, Kai. Big news.
Thank you. I paid for it. You know.
Oh my god! If you could just buy your way out of it. See you guys later. I'm out. Nah, but really good news for New Zealand though. They are now out of lockdown. Social distancing is now no longer required, and they haven't had a single case in 17 days as of the time of recording. 19 days as the time of publishing.
This is where they get one tomorrow, and your
that
whole
would be
sentence
sad.
there has been fucked.
But their borders are shut, so
they're open to Australia. Everyone's
allowed free roam. But any foreigners or anyone that is not in New Zealand and also now Australia, I've just done that myself, they can come in and out of the country. But other than that, they are COVID free, which is really, really good news for New Zealand. It's good, really good because they got a small population, but it's also good because, controversial, they've got a government that cares.
Yeah.
So,
you're right.
So it's good that they've all chipped in. They've all stuck to the laws. The laws have been clear, concise. God, it just sounds like I'm subtweeting Boris at this point. It's all just, it's all been direct. So they followed a plan. The plans worked. They are now COVID free in June. They can all have a summer or winter, actually, in that case. Fantastic. So GG New Zealand. I wish I was there right now, but I'm legally not allowed.
See, I have a theory. Yeah, when you're going to and from a country at the moment, generally most of them have like a 14-day. You have to stay in
14 days self-isolation.
Yeah. Would it be possible to do the 14 days in your own country before you go out, do you reckon? Because surely that's doing the exact same thing. And that would solve like a lot of holiday issues and whatnot as well for people.
But then how do you prove that?
You give access to your location to the government.
But then I guess their argument is, well, what if you caught it in transmission between where you self-isolated and going through the airport and all of that, and then get into the country? Suit? I think that's why they're doing it. See, that would be fantastic. You could just go anywhere at that point wearing a hazmat suit. Although it might get a little bit stuffy, especially now that we're like properly almost into summer.
Yeah, I guess I mean the only way you could really like prove it would be not going near anyone as much as possible.
Yeah,
and making sure you only take your own form of transport to said location. So like rather than getting a train or a bus, you'd have to drive, or you'd have to get dropped off by someone in your same household.
Yeah, I could see that working. I
could see that as like one of the only ways around it really at the moment.
But
until
otherwise,
they do eventually say, all right, you don't have to do this anymore.
Otherwise, no, you need to plan for an extra 14 days onto your trip, and that's just sitting around doing nothing. That'd be so sad, because like holidays are 14 days long sometimes. So
my holiday's meant to be 14 days long in October.
Exactly. So like you'd go there, you'd be there for 14 days self-isolation, then you'd be heading back.
Yeah. Thing is, I've looked into it a little bit, and it seems like the plan for a lot of countries are they're expecting by like late July, I think it is, to be in like their stage 2. So where you don't have to be locked down as much, if that makes sense, even if you're coming into the country. And then apparently by like August, early September, you should be good without having to self-isolate.
That's horrible, though. August, early September, that's like your summer gone at that point. When it gets to September, yeah, sure, it's still like the remnants of summer, but you're not really having a summer at that point. It's so sad. I love summer.
I am interested to see how it takes a toll on my trip to Orlando in October. Like, we've got everything booked. We've had it confirmed that it will get refunded if it gets cancelled for any reason.
So you can't make amendments to your plans now?
No.
Oh my god.
So the biggest thing is Disney and Universal. They're both stopping ticket sales on the 10th.
Right.
For the rest of this year.
It just that doesn't make sense. Why your holiday company though, is it like giving you a refund up front or the opportunity to change your dates without any fees or whatever?
I think you can get it refunded, but I don't think you can get it changed at the moment because they're not sure.
Yeah.
So I think they're just waiting more than anything.
God, well, fingers crossed then. If that were me, I would have been like, nah, I'm just gonna, set my mind straight. It's not gonna be a possibility. It's just gonna be nah. But at the same time,
seeing like things are currently going up and whatever else, like the UK's starting to go semi back to normal.
Well, this is it. This is the problems that we're also having at the moment. The UK now does have a curve. They were talking about a curve beforehand, which didn't exist. The UK now does have a curve. There is a clear slowing of cases, and there's a clear slowing.
We had 55 deaths yesterday.
Yeah. So there is a clear slowing of new infections, and there's a clear slowing of deaths, which is good. But there is still a massive increase in cases. There was a spike of cases being confirmed in the UK more recently because it's been 2 weeks since the sunny bank holiday weekend when everybody flooded to the beaches and the parks. So yeah, provided that all goes down, and also obviously there's been the protests recently, which aren't the only cause, but there will be more infections because of that. So we've got to wait 2 weeks to see what will happen because of the protests.
See, this is what I'm really interested to see, if the rates go down. Still,
yeah, it will be interesting.
If it does go down, it's like saying, why have we been inside for the last 4 months almost, or 3 months, or whatever it is?
I guess then, if all of the, let's just say, and it goes to the beach. Let's use the beach as an example. Let's say everybody who went to the beach was COVID-free because they'd all been self-isolating and went out to the beach, but actually only one person was displaying symptoms. It's up to that person to infect people. And from what I've gathered from the very limited knowledge that I have, if you are infected on a day but you're not displaying symptoms, then you're not going to infect anybody else.
Right.
If that I might be wrong with that, by the way, but from the very, very limited knowledge that I have and my very limited research, if you have just got infected by something, doesn't mean the germs are gone, obviously. But if you've been infected, like by someone, let's just say coughing near your eyes or whatever, then it hasn't had enough time to go through your body.
Coughing near your eyes?
Well, they say that your mouth, your nose, your eyes... They're saying that your mouth, your nose, your eyes, they're all like the most contagious areas.
Yeah.
So like if someone sneezes from a distance, for example, and they have coronavirus, and it goes near your eyes just from, it being in the air, it hasn't had enough time to go through your system in order for you to be properly infected and for you to be contagious.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. So let's just say everyone that went to the beach didn't have coronavirus, but one person did. It would only take that one person getting in the way of everybody else. in order for the coronavirus cases to increase, rather than one person creating like a chain reaction where they've infected 2 people and those 2 people infect another 2 people and those 8 people infect another 2 people and those you get the idea.
Yeah.
So the fact that the cases, I mean, they're still going up quite a lot. 1,205 cases yesterday. That's quite bad. The fact that they've not like shot up a massive amount
It's a good sign.
Is a good sign, but you know, it's still worrying.
It's early days still as well.
But yeah, no, good for New Zealand though. That's very, very good for them. And yeah, I just hope we're in that position. So I think everyone's in this position now.
Yeah,
everyone's
I think
we need to get this done. We need to get out of this period of time now.
Yeah, definitely, because it's just affecting everything nowadays, isn't it?
I want to leave the house.
I want to do something.
I wanted to go on holiday this year. I'm glad plans for LA fell through, because screw
that would
have
happen
to go
right
through.
in the midst of it. You know what?
Literally.
I'm glad our New York ones fell through for this year.
Do you know what? I'm not.
Really?
I feel like we would have been okay if we went to New York.
I think we would have been okay, but it was just as everything was starting to get like higher infection rates and whatever, like everywhere.
At the start of the year, that was when I went to Germany. Actually, no. At the end of February, that's when I went to Germany, and that's when things were starting to kick off. That's when people were starting to wear face masks in the airports, and that's when people were starting to get worried before any government advice. So I saw what airports looked like under a month before the entire country went into lockdown, and people were nervous at that point. But at the very start of it all, like start of February, for example, let's have a look at UK's cases. They were non-existent. Let's have a look at Germany's cases. They were non-existent, or at least there was no knowledge of it anyway for those people that may have had it, because they're saying that you might have had it beforehand. So I feel like if we did go to New York at in that point in time, we would have been okay.
Probably, but
at the same time, it's been a good year for saving money, so I'm not too fussed at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, whilst we are on that topic, though, of holidays, 1 year ago, Kai, on Friday, we went to Orlando.
No, 1 year ago, I was on Pickle Pepper Peter Piper ate the pickled wepper.
Right, the podcast is cancelled, guys. We're done.
Was it really a year ago?
It was. It literally, as of Friday the 12th, we flew away. Thursday the 11th, so in 3 days' time from here, 1 day after the podcast being released, we went to the airport and stayed in the hotel with Giraffe and all of that.
Oh, Thursday the 11th? You mean Thursday the 13th?
No, Thursday the 11th.
That was a Tuesday.
Thursday, this week, Thursday the 11th, 1 year ago.
Right, yeah, so Tuesday the...
So, yeah, 11th. Tuesday the 11th, 2019 was when we went. But as of Thursday the 11th, a year ago...
That was a year ago. Jesus Christ,
we were in the hotel.
Quick.
Yeah, which is absolutely mad to think that was a year ago. I've been looking through like all the photos and videos and stuff, and I'm just like, I want to go back. Don't want to go back right now. Are you going to finally release
your video?
See, I was thinking about that, but I need time this week. I was thinking Friday the 12th, I could do a 1 year anniversary. To like 1 year ago, we went to Orlando, release the content that I never released.
Do it on Saturday.
But then it wouldn't be a year ago, would it?
Yeah, it still would be.
But then again, I would be streaming on Friday. Why am I stuttering so much? Fuck that. Yeah, Friday the 12th I would be streaming. So yeah, maybe the Saturday, or maybe even the Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll see. Might not come out, guys. Take that with a pinch of salt, because you know what I'm like.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, no, I'd like to see it as well. I made a good start on it. I made 2 versions of it. I made a montage version, and then I've also made like just the full vlog where there's everything side by side. There is editing to it, but it is basically every single clip, so you can see absolutely everything.
That's good, yeah.
So I don't know whether I should release it as 2 separate videos, or start off the entire video with a montage and then go on to the full vlog. I feel like watch time would be awful. People watch the montage and not watch the full vlog.
I'd say upload both.
Yeah, so I'll see. I still need to decide whether I'm going to finish it or not, but it would be good to do it.
Do it for a year thing.
It would be cool.
It's nice to look back on it all.
Do you know what else is nice to look back on?
Well, honestly, looking at this document, I don't know. I've changed so much of it. I don't know what would be good to look back on at the moment.
Well, I guess it isn't that good to look back on at all. It is good, but it isn't good at the same time. So, Phillip Schofield, everybody, is
Gordon Brown.
Yes, Gordon Brown. Phillip Schofield is a presenter on This Morning, which is a TV show on ITV. He's also known for many other things. And he has a Snapchat, which proves very, very popular. Now, a couple of years ago, I sent him a Snapchat. And I can't remember what it was, but there's two things that I think it could be. One of them was when he had his fire alarm continuously going off in the middle of the night, or burglar alarm going off in the middle of the night.
I remember that.
And he ended up getting up at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., finding the source of the whining, and then smashing it to bits.
And it continued going.
And it continued going even after he smashed it, yep.
Yep, I remember that.
He clipped the cable and it still carried on. He completely took it off the, I think it was like a ceiling beam or something. It still carried on. There was no connection. It was just, it had its own power source at that point, and then they ended up smashing it. And then the other thing was he had a little photo shoot in his garden where his bottom was on show.
His bottom?
His bottom was on show.
Bloody hell, not the bottom.
And anyway, I'm pretty sure I replied to the one about the burglar alarm. And me being me, I thought, I'm never going to get a response. I didn't get a response. Oh. But he looked at it. He looked at the Snapchat and left me on red.
Hey! That's what we like to hear.
I don't like being left on red, Kai.
Well, I know. You don't like being left on rote either.
That's another thing that Kai's fucking changed about this document. Apparently, Phillip Schofield left me on rote.
Yeah, he did. I can confirm. I was with him when it happened.
What, with Phillip Schofield? Were you watching him leave me on red? Were you like, ha-ha, Phillip?
No, I was with you.
Oh. Were you?
No.
Right. Yeah. I don't know where else it's going to go, that story now. But yeah, left me on red.
And wrote.
And wrote.
And wrote. We got to make sure Rote gets involved here, you know.
Good old
Rote's
Rote.
important. Can we get hashtag Rote your boat trending on Twitter?
Just tweet Kai that. Don't tweet me. Just
don't
tweet Kai
me. That. I don't want that.
You said you want it.
I want it trending, not to me.
And to you.
No.
Yeah, because then if it's tweeted to you, you might get your account back.
Good luck.
Can you imagine that? Twitter support going, ooh, why is hashtag Rote trending? Oh, this guy's suspended. Let's bring him back. Yeah, totally likely.
No chance. I don't think I'm going to get that account back. It's been so long now. I think it's... When did it happen? March?
I don't know. It's been forever.
I think it was March. Really sad, by the way, because I've been getting like reminders on my calendar on my computer saying like, "Oh, you've got this happening today," because obviously I had concerts planned for this month. On the 3rd, no, that's his package. On the 4th, I was meant to go to a concert in Glasgow.
All right, yeah.
Cancelled.
Of course.
Got straight up cancelled because not because of Corona, because the singer of one of the bands had a hernia operation.
Oh God.
And tomorrow, I was meant to be going to see Queen and Adam Lambert in London.
God, that's annoying, isn't it?
Yep. And then on Sunday, I was meant to be in Cardiff to see Rammstein.
God, you would have been just across the pond from me then.
Yeah, and I probably would have come and said hello.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday the 20th, I would have been seeing Rammstein in Coventry. Not happening. Very sad. Very, very sad.
Sounds like you had a lot planned.
This year was like Concert Central again. And it's all fucked off. Really upsetting. But
sad times.
One good thing has come out of this, which I've spoken about before. We got an extension to our house here.
Wahey!
And the other day, they announced on... the government announced that evictions are now still illegal for another 2 months, meaning they can't kick us out till August, which is Amazing.
Fantastic news.
And then we got a text from our landlord saying, alright, let me read the email for you quickly. I've actually got it on my phone. It says, where's the email? There it is. We have received a response from your landlords regarding your request to remain at for a while longer. They are prepared to allow you. They are prepared to allow you to remain for a further 6 to 9 months.
Oh, to 9.
Yep, I found that out today or the other day.
God, so you could actually be there till like March next year.
I can stay here till March.
That's good news.
Which is amazing.
That's very, very kind of the Queen to let you remain at Buckingham Palace. Oh shit, I've just leaked your information.
Ah, Fraser.
Oh no. Sorry, at least they don't know that your holiday home is 10 Downing Street. Oh shit.
Oh, Fraser.
Oh no, what have I done?
Oh, stupid.
I am a bit.
But no, that's really good news actually.
It is. Well done.
I'm still gonna treat it as if we're like still leaving in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
Just because I really want to get rid of crap. So it makes it easier when I do actually move.
50 eBay videos later, you'll eventually move out.
I think I'm gonna do one later this month. To be fair, I said that I was gonna stop them until I can find things, but I'm gonna clear out a bunch of stuff like in the next week or so and gather things. I found out there's a clothes bank thing, like a clothes bin outside Tesco's car park.
Oh, one of those big metal ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I found out there's one there, so I'm gonna get a bunch of my like really old clothes that have no use and shove them down there. And you know that little wardrobe in the corner of my room? I'm gonna get rid of that completely. Gonna chuck it.
God, that'll open up some more space for you.
I do want to get a drum kit still, so I might get that prior to actually having to move, so that it's here.
That'll be an interesting one to transport.
Well, it's one that you take down. It'd be an electric one, so it's not.
Oh, right, okay.
It's one like you've got, not massive.
Yeah, cool. Well, that would look good.
But I think I've got a plan now, and then after that, I will actually move somewhere else.
He's got a plan, Stan.
It's too expensive here. I don't want to be down here.
Yes.
I found a house, that's if I was to rent it, it's 3-bedroom, detached, got a massive garden, £600 a month.
Nuh-uh.
No, that's good. That's good. Because here, this house, I mean, it's falling apart. I'm not gonna actually use this house. If I wanted a house similar to this one, per month around here, it would cost me about £1,300 a month.
Oh my god.
Which is like over double of this other one that I found.
That's where I should have said nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh. So, I've now got the big plans to bugger off after all this time.
Do you know what? Talking of moving, Kai.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the recent move that someone made?
Give me a second. No.
So, Bristolians decided the statue of Edward Colston should be moved.
Oh, the statue!
The statue of Edward Colston.
What did I change that to? I changed it to something, I'm sure.
Oh, can't remember. I changed it back because I knew that I'd forget otherwise.
Alright, let me have a look through the edit history.
Very recently, Bristol hit global news. I know.
News.
Bristol hit global news, which is very, very unlike Bristol to hit global news. But from the Black Lives Matter protests that have been going on lately across the globe, Bristol decided to take it that little extra step further and do something which has been proving controversial for many years amongst Bristolians. There's a statue in Bristol city centre of the slave trader Edward Colston. The statue was erected in his name because he donated money that he made to loads of local charities and establishments. So it was erected in honour of the good things he did. But he was a slave trader, and he sold the lives of 84,000 people, many of which died on board the ships that they were being transported in as part of the slave trade. And It's always been one of those things where you wonder, why on earth is this statue still up? You can celebrate somebody for the good things they've done, but you really cannot in these current days, at all, celebrate anybody for the bad things they've done. It doesn't make sense to have a statue of a slave trader up in the centre of Bristol. It's like you wouldn't keep a statue of Jimmy Savile up, would you?
No.
Because
you know what's great about it, though?
Previous charitable work.
All these people that are screaming about it and whatever, yeah? They're like, oh, how dare they, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. No one knew who this guy was pretty much until that news struck.
Well, this is it. That's the argument for and against as well. People are saying, people are learning about it. People are learning about this guy, and it's making more sense to them. Good, that's a for. But then other people are saying, well, people are just hooligans, and they don't know who they are. They just want to get in with a bit of fun. That's what quite a lot of them are saying. But if you're a Bristolian, which, I mean, everyone in Bristol is, technically, if you live in Bristol, you're classed as a Bristolian. Or even if you came to Bristol for it.
That was an amazing sentence, that.
Shut up. I didn't know what I was saying. Anyway, he traded the lives of 84,000 people. And not just any people, black people and African people. And on Black Lives Matter, on Sunday, for the Black Lives Matter protests, people have had enough, and they took matters into their own hands, pulled down the statue of Edward Colston, dragged him along the street, and dumped him in the river where one of his many slave trade boats would have set off from.
Yeah. Which
is fantastic in my books.
Yeah, I'm for it.
It's always been a controversial thing. So many people have said, oh, well, he should be kept there for his charitable work. But, like, everyone else is like, well, no, because he's a slave trader.
I mean, Jimmy Savile did a bunch of, good work as well.
Literally.
He donated money and whatnot to hospitals and charities and whatnot. This doesn't mean that he's still a good person to keep a statue of.
No, because he's a paedophile.
Yeah.
And it's like they removed the headstone of Jimmy Savile. Where he lay, they removed the headstone because they didn't feel it was right, and the family agreed that they didn't feel it was right to celebrate Jimmy Savile in the form of headstone because he was a paedophile.
Yeah.
So what makes it any better to keep the slave trader statue? If that makes sense.
I get it.
Anyway, so yeah, I've been like all up in that, and I've been keeping up to date with it. And I've been replying to people who've been like, oh, well, he should have been kept. And there's been a lot of support for removing the statue. Someone even had the balls to create an alternate account, tweet me, saying something really nasty and rude, and also defending the statue being up. I then replied to them, basically saying, oh, it's a shame you had to pussy out behind an alternate account. I would rather know who this real person is, because I want to see who celebrates slavery. That person immediately then apologized and then deleted their account because that account was clearly made just to like tweet to me. They only had one tweet and that was at me. No, there's two tweets actually. Another one was at the original tweet with the video of the statue being torn down.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense, you know. That clearly that person also hadn't done their research. It's just like, oh, hooligans tearing down the statue. No, this guy represents slavery,
and that is why we don't celebrate slavery
at all.
No, why would we? You know,
there's still many things in Bristol that need to be improved. There's streets named after him. There's schools named after him.
Isn't the theatre there called it still, or has that changed?
That's due to change. Okay. They planned last year or the year before, I can't remember.
I think it was 2018, so probably
I think so, yeah. There's a venue called the Colston Hall, and that said that as part of its renovation, it's going to rename itself. That's still on the cards because the renovation's still going on. So yeah, there's still the road names, there's still the school names, there's still the names of areas, but yeah, things that the Coda really hates Edward Colston, clearly. So yeah, it's been interesting to see that part of history
back.
Unfold. All right, Kaida.
You know what?
What?
I saw a couple of people, the other week. For the first time in ages, like 3 months or so.
Right.
We hung out in the garden, social distance and whatnot,
Yeah.
and they kept calling Coda Kai.
Why?
Don't know. Kept doing it.
How?
They kept doing it.
What's the similarity? You've got black and red hair. He's got white fur.
Yeah. Can you hear him?
Is he gnawing on something?
No, he's panting on my lap.
Oh, right. Okay.
But yeah,
Cool,
they kept
well,
calling
yeah.
me.
So
calling
we've got
him
Kai,
Kai.
Kai the dog.
Woof,
Bork, 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 bork,
woof,
bork.
woof, woof. Yeah.
And yeah, so that's the statue, and that's now gone, and it's in the Museum of Fish.
Oh! I saw your post earlier that you put on. Who said you
What
now
do you
is
mean?
under the sea?
Edward Colston. That was a funny one.
Amazing. It's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, so what else has happened? Kai, apparently you've dropped under 1 foot, sad, sad, sad.
Yeah, so I got smacked on the head the other day by a bus.
Oh my god, how did a bus smack you on the head?
You know, it stood up and was like, no, bang. And, you know when, like, you get a, what's the instrument called? A piano accordion, yeah?
Yes.
Basically, it's like if you just dropped one of them and it goes wow, 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 wow. And
Like
then I
Tom
shrunk
and
a
Jerry.
foot. Yeah. So I shrunk a
brilliant.
foot. And, I am actually now, 1'3".
Bloody hell, you're getting smaller by the day.
Yeah, soon you're going to look at me and you'll be like, God, are you an ant?
It's just the centimetre.
I'll be a centipede.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How are you going to grab your extra legs?
How am I going to grab them? What do you mean, how am I going to grab them?
If you're going to be a centipede, how are you going to get them?
Grow them.
Okay, fair shout.
Yeah, I can't
But-
wait for that.
Oh my god. And apparently I've dropped 7,500 feet.
Yeah, you fell out of a plane.
Oh my god.
You had a parachute, it's okay.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
So, something else that Fraser's put down on here, on this list of things to speak about today, he's actually put, he hasn't played Perry the Platypus for 3 days. Can you expand on that, please?
No.
Well, I haven't played Perry the Platypus in 3 months, apparently, so who knows what that was about.
So originally, I didn't drop 7,500 feet. I've dropped under 7,500 subscribers. Again, this is the third time, I think. Or the second time. Probably the third time.
I did actually get hit by the bus, and I did shrink by a foot.
So if you want to subscribe, feel free to come back over and subscribe, because I'm close again. I'm not there, but I'm close again.
Go subscribe, go share his channel, get him there. Get him to
please
stay
do.
there.
Yeah, please do. Just like tweet out my channel on Twitter and say, everyone do it now, and I'll give you a tenner.
Go!
Like your tweet.
I want a tenner.
Remember when I tweeted off of your account saying everyone follow me and I'll give you a tenner?
Yep, I remember that.
I think we
Where
should do
were
that
we?
again, but just my YouTube channel. You were around
Where
my
were
house.
No, I'm sure we were like,
No, I'm pretty sure you were around my house. I think it was the day we were going to get Coda. And I said, I'm just going to snap
I
Sherry
think we had-
back.
Yeah, that was it actually. That
That's
was it.
I said I'm going to snap Sherry back, and I pretended to take a selfie whilst tweeting, follow at IVexSHD and I'll PayPal you a tenner on your account.
The people that believe that, as if I go and PayPal people a tenner for following someone.
So if you want to tweet that again, but from my YouTube channel,
You
You
have
know.
to do it.
please do.
You have to do it.
What, off of your Twitter?
Off of everyone's.
Alright, give me TweetDeck access to your Twitter and I'll do it. When this
Perry the
episode goes out,
Platypus?
guys, tweet Kai saying, tweet out Fraser's channel.
And I will ignore it.
And he'll do it. He'll cave to the pressure. Maybe we can finally get up to 7.8. Maybe we can get up to 10k finally.
Whoa.
That'd be nice.
I don't have that many followers.
Well, you
I lost
doubled
them
my
all.
follow count.
I lost them all though.
But you doubled my follow count. I've lost another Twitter follower. Thank you, whoever's in follow. Anyway, wow, yeah, the Perry the Platypus one as well is I haven't played Animal Crossing in 3 days, which is unlike me. I used to play it daily, and I
So you
didn't
have
miss a day.
played Perry the Platypus in the last 3 days.
So I haven't played Perry the Platypus in over 3 years.
I think you have.
You think what?
I think you have.
Oh no.
That's a
You've
long time
uncovered
to go
my
without
secret.
him. Yeah. It's a long time to go without Perry the Platypus.
Well, it's not really if you think about it, because everyone's like, hey, where's Perry?
Yeah, but then he's always doing his own thing, you know?
Exactly, and that's why I haven't played with him for 3 days. Because he's gone missing doing his own thing.
That's you. That's my impression of you.
This episode got really weird.
This episode got really weird.
Anyway, that's the end of this episode.
That's the end of this episode.
Thanks for listening to...
Thank you for listening to... If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to go follow us on our Twitter account at Stuck in the Podcast. My name is Fraser.
My name is Fraser. You follow me on
My
Twitter
name
at
is
ivexushd.
If you follow me on Twitter, I will give you £10. Thank you.
Sound like a store announcement or something.
You
You know, it's so muffled that you can't make it out.
It's a Muppet working in a store.
Thank you. See, it's pretty spot on, isn't it?
Yeah, I could hear it. That worked out nicely.
Quite that, eh? That didn't.
My speech just gave up.
Anyway, go
Alright.
follow Kai on Twitter as well, and follow us on Spotify because we upload every single Wednesday.
Yeah, except for next Wednesday.
Now we're uploading next Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Perry the Platypus said no.
Oh, where's Perry?
Thanks for listening, everyone. See you next week. Have a nice week.
Don't forget to push your statues in the river.
Blech.